we all share the same earth and sky. And yesterday, there was someone that I know who was in treatment and left against medical or treatment advice. And this morning when I woke up, I'm not sure if I can describe it as that I felt bad for him, but I could recall my own experience of not just being an active addiction, but early addiction, that my attention had so much force and energy placed on weight that was placed on anxiety, negative sense of self, restlessness, irritability, discontent, disconnection, loneliness, thinking, ruminating, that it forced me to walk with a psychological and emotional and physical limp. Like I literally, like one of my family members, T1, he said, "You're walking with your head down all the time. Lift your head up so you can see where you're going, bro." T1 taught me the lesson, you never ask for what you honestly need from people. The only thing they can do is just say no. But you don't realize unless you ask for what you authentically need. Allow us to help you discover that piece. And so what he was inviting me to do was live in real life rather than with this virtual reality headset of negativity. In Zazen, observing, just watching, not doing anything else, by doing some step work, by doing truth inventories if you're in refuge recovery, but doing anything positive or healthy and then sustaining it for a little while, like 5 days for me. The current internally, the circulation, the flow of energy changed without mind's permission. So I was like literally sitting there in meetings and people were saying like this to me at the time. It was just like crazier than fuck. Like they would say things like, "Love is taking delight in somebody else's well-being without it having to apply to us." And I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? I've never heard that. Or honesty without compassion is brutality. Ugh! Or instead of depreciating people, places, and things, how could you, youngling of recovery, Jay Morris, at that time, what can you appreciate about that person so that you don't have to kick them out of the tribe, out of the family, out of the group, out of the community? Because that's what thinking mind always wants to do. And it circulates that kind of shit so that it actually creates and reinforces suffering Why? Because that's the way, one of the only ways that the mind can have a reflection of itself is through suffering. When things are going awesome, there's nothing being reflected back to it. And so that makes it squirm. And it actually, serenity actually increases that aspect of mind's anxiety and tension, negative tension. And so it needs to reel us back in and dissect and rip apart people, places, and things with analysis and thinking, obsession and compulsion. And so in these short bursts of meditation, you don't have to be like me and sit for 50 minutes at a shot. You could sit for 2 minutes, for 3 minutes, and just begin to, like, I'm not trying to sound cruel here, but it's true on an experiential level, that like a baby like doesn't just like pop up and say, I'm walking today. Look, mom and dad, or dad and mom, or dad and dad, or mom and mom, or grandma, whatever that looks like for you personally. The baby doesn't just jump up and start walking. It has to roll and crawl and kind of get the mechanics of it until there's a certain comfortability, and so cruising and things like this. And so 2 minutes, 3 minutes of just learning how to be in conscious connection with our breathing. And some in Zen, like what I was taught, was one-pointed, undivided, stabilized mind. My experiences don't do that. Have one-pointed, undivided, stabilized presence. And now, 35 years later, understand that we are the presence itself, having never gone anywhere. The mind will simulate traveling and doing things, but it's just a projection of mind trying to grab attention. So 2 or 3 minutes of learning that, building the mechanics, the posture, rolling the shoulders away from the head, the chin level, eyes 45 degrees down and open, ears open, awareness open. Understanding how important it is to learn how to breathe properly. And that breath actually affects anxiety. It affects our insecurity. It affects our worry. And when we're doing it from up here and living from up here, we're top heavy. When I am here in the center, the dantian, the hara, the soft belly, and only attending to the breath, not the task list, not the this, not the that, not what happened today, not what's going to happen later, only where I actually am all the time, which is present moment, nowness. Where some people take a lot of time taking care of the outer environment, we could take care of this inner environment and move from the inward through this physical space and time. And in this way, we Hongren, we take that which is crooked and make it straight through our practice. I appreciate you every day. I trust in you every day because our inherent nature is the same. Universal identity of loving presence, manifesting through a body. Be well.